Today I'm joined by Rebecca Robertson, who's the program coordinator with Lloydminster's Learning Council. Thanks for joining me today, Rebecca.
Thank you for having me.
So this week you're launching two online programs that aim to help children with their literacy development. Could you just tell me a little bit about how these programs work?
Sure. So at the Learning Council, we are a foundational learning nonprofit organization, and we strive to allow adults to have that foundational knowledge so that they can excel in their career or take their life to the next level. In particular, we offer family literacy courses, which are teaching adults how to be their child's first teacher and to lay down that groundwork for early literacy learning. So this week, we are starting our Rhymes That Bind and Books for Babies programs. So Rhymes That Bind starts tomorrow, and we have a morning and afternoon session. The morning session is from 11 to 11:30, and our afternoon session is from 1:30 to 2 p.m. And in that session, it's geared towards children 2 to 4, and it's for that connection between parents and children to reinforce early learning through songs, rhymes, finger plays, and just kind of that learning doesn't just have to be reading, that singing, talking, all of that is part of early literacy, early foundational learning. So we have that going on. And then Books for Babies is for newborns to 1 year old. And that's on Thursdays from from 10 to 11. And that is teaching parents to be their child's first teacher. So that is based on books and literacy skills and very fundamental and foundational learning skills. And both of these programs are going to be taking place through Zoom since we can't have people in our office due to social distancing rules, but we do have spots available. If people are interested, they can go to our website at lloydlearningcouncil.org or call us at 780-875-5763 to register.
So who's running these programs then? And also, though it's for kids, what can parents expect from the experience?
For sure. So both programs are run by separate facilitators, and they are trained in early literacy learning. And although I mentioned that it's about foundational early literacy learning, a lot of these programs, especially during COVID, we find that it's a relief for parents to be able to connect with other parents, for kids to see other kids, because people can't go out, they can't meet new people. So it's really hard if you're new to the community and you have a baby and you have no family around. We found that in our fall session of classes that a lot of people were saying that it was really great for their mental health too, just because it allowed for them to meet other people and have that connection when the days can be pretty long if you're only interacting with a baby and you can't even go to like walk around a grocery store or a mall. So we found that the facilitators also go through these foundational learning for early literacy, but also it's about the connections forged between the participants. I think that was a big thing.
With COVID, could you maybe speak to the importance of making sure programs like these continue on and are adapted to the online format?
Well, when we first went online to Zoom in the fall, we completed our classes before the COVID shutdown last year. So when we moved them online to Zoom, I think a big thing was talking about the digital divide and how with COVID, it's kind of pushed society into that online world at an accelerated rate. So we were kind of worried about people who maybe couldn't afford the technology to participate, and we're here to allow for everyone to learn. So that was a little bit of a worry, but we were able to help with that by loaning out some laptops and also offering some Zoom tutorials for people who had never used it before and just how to actually get in the class. So we are actually successful to do that. Now it's just dependent on whether or not they have a good internet connection, but there's a lot of places that they could go, for free Wi-Fi if they had to. But yeah, just making sure that we were able to include everyone, even, if they didn't have access to technology. But a positive that we did find is that people are making it to classes more regularly because, if their child's having a bad day or whatever, or they're taking forever to put on their coat and boots, they don't have to drive somewhere, that they are just, they can just set up and they're good to go. As well as we're able to hit people who maybe don't have reliable transportation. Especially in Lloydminster where there's no public transportation. So people can just do it from home, especially maybe new moms or people who just arrived here who don't have cars, that they can still participate. So that's been kind of an added positive to this experience.
Thanks so much for chatting with me today, Rebecca.
Thank you so much for having me.